Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're diving into a topic that's not only intriguing, but also incredibly important to understand. Wildfires. In this video, we'll be taking a comprehensive journey through the life cycle of wildfires, exploring everything from the initial spark to the aftermath of these devastating events. The ignition phase, the critical moment when a wildfire begins. Wildfires can originate from various sources, and understanding these ignition sources is key to comprehending the wildfire life cycle. Natural ignitions often occur due to lightning strikes. A single bolt of lightning can carry immense energy, heating the air around it to temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. When this intense heat strikes dry vegetation, it can cause ignition. This showcases the awe-inspiring power of nature, an electrical discharge from the sky igniting a fire on the ground. On the other hand, human activities also contribute significantly to igniting wildfires. One of the most common human-induced ignition sources is careless cigarette disposal. A seemingly innocent act of flicking a cigarette butt out of a car window can result in a smouldering ember landing on dry grass or vegetation, starting a fire that could potentially grow into a devastating wildfire. Unattended campfires are another notable ignition source. Campfires left without proper supervision can spread embers beyond the confines of the fire ring, igniting nearby vegetation and initiating a wildfire. This emphasizes the importance of responsible camping practices and extinguishing fires completely before leaving the site. Moreover, power lines can trigger wildfires as well. In windy conditions, power lines can sway and make contact with dry vegetation or debris. The resulting sparks can ignite a fire that quickly spreads due to the conducive conditions of dry surroundings and wind. It's crucial to recognize that, in the ignition phase, the spark itself is just the beginning. The subsequent factors, such as weather conditions, the presence of dry vegetation, and the rapid response of firefighting teams, determine whether a small spark transforms into a full-blown wildfire. The spread phase of the wildfire life cycle, a phase marked by the rapid expansion and intensification of the fire. The spread phase is where the true magnitude of a wildfire's potential impact becomes evident, driven by a combination of environmental factors and the fire's inherent behavior. Weather conditions play a pivotal role in determining how a wildfire spreads. Wind, in particular, acts as a powerful influencer. During windy conditions, fires can advance at an alarming rate, with gusts carrying embers over considerable distances. These embers act as incendiary agents, igniting new fires beyond the fire's primary front. This phenomenon, known as spotting, can lead to the formation of multiple fire fronts, making containment efforts challenging. Topography, or the physical characteristics of the land, also affects wildfire spread. Steep slopes can accelerate the movement of fires as flames quickly ascend slopes, preheating vegetation above and potentially causing ignitions ahead of the main fire front. Similarly, canyons can funnel winds and intensify fire behavior, exacerbating the spread. Vegetation type is another determinant of fire spread. Different plant species contain varying amounts of moisture and oils, which influence their flammability. Dry grasslands and shrublands are more susceptible to rapid fire spread, while forests with dense canopies can create ladder fuels that allow fire to climb into treetops, resulting in crown fires. The interaction of these factors during the spread phase is strikingly evident in recent wildfires. The Camp Fire in California, for example, rapidly advanced due to strong winds and the presence of dry, dense vegetation. The wind-driven embers ignited spot fires miles away from the main fire front, contributing to the fire's devastating impact. The Black Summer fires in Australia further underscore the significance of the spread phase. Unprecedented weather conditions, including record-breaking temperatures and prolonged drought, created a volatile environment conducive to extreme fire behavior. These fires exhibited rapid spread, defying containment efforts and leading to widespread destruction. During the growth phase, the fire's behavior becomes increasingly unpredictable, shaped by the interplay of various factors. One critical factor is fuel availability. As the fire consumes vegetation and other combustible materials, it alters the local environment. The heat generated by the fire can cause nearby vegetation to dry out and become more susceptible to ignition, further contributing to fire growth. Firefighters must grapple with the challenge of anticipating the fire's next move. The growth phase can witness abrupt changes in fire direction due to wind shifts, causing the fire to spot in new areas. This phenomenon, known as fire spotting, can create additional fire fronts, complicating suppression efforts and expanding the area at risk. Furthermore, as the fire advances, it generates its own wind patterns. The intense heat creates updrafts, which draw in air from the surrounding areas to fuel the fire's expansion. This self-sustaining behavior, known as the fire's fire-induced wind, can propel the fire forward with alarming speed. The erratic nature of the growth phase poses unique challenges for firefighting teams. Their strategies must evolve rapidly to adapt to the fire's changing behavior. Ensuring the safety of both firefighters and affected communities becomes a delicate balancing act, as the fire's unpredictability demands quick decision-making and flexible tactics. Recent wildfires have exemplified the complexities of the growth phase. The Carr fire in California exhibited erratic behavior, with the fire jumping across the Sacramento River due to wind-driven spotting. The growth of the fire was exacerbated by drought conditions, high temperatures, and strong winds, creating an environment conducive to rapid fire spread. Likewise, the unprecedented wildfires that swept through the Amazon rainforest demonstrated the challenges of combating fires in unique ecosystems. The complex interactions between the fire, vegetation, and atmospheric conditions highlighted the need for adaptive firefighting approaches and international collaboration in fire management. During the maturity phase, the fire has consumed a significant amount of available fuel, leading to intense heat, towering flames, and rapid fire spread. The towering columns of smoke and flames become visible from miles away, creating a surreal and often ominous atmosphere. The fire's behavior can become even more aggressive during this phase, with embers carried by strong winds igniting new spot fires that further challenge containment efforts. One remarkable phenomenon that can occur during the maturity phase is the development of fire whirls, or firenados. These whirlwinds of flames and smoke form when the intense heat from the fire creates localized wind patterns. Firenados can reach astonishing heights, posing additional dangers to firefighting teams and communities and contributing to the fire's unpredictable behavior. The maturity phase serves as a crucible for the firefighting teams on the front lines. The intensity of the fire can make direct suppression efforts nearly impossible. Instead, strategies shift towards protecting critical infrastructure, creating fire breaks, and guiding the fire's path away from populated areas. Recent wildfires have demonstrated the awe-inspiring nature of the maturity phase. The Camp Fire in California, for instance, showcased the rapid intensification of a fire, leading to an overwhelming loss of life and property. The fire's behavior during this phase was driven by strong winds, dry conditions, and the abundance of fuel provided by California's drought-stressed vegetation. The Australian wildfires, colloquially known as the Black Summer fires, exemplified the challenges posed by the maturity phase. Extreme heat, prolonged drought, and unprecedented fire behavior resulted in an immense loss of biodiversity and habitat destruction. The intensity of these fires underscored the need for proactive fire management, including controlled burns and strategic land management practices. As we navigate the complexities of the maturity phase, it becomes evident that understanding fire behavior is crucial for both firefighting teams and communities at large. Adaptable strategies, early warning systems, and effective communication become paramount in minimizing the devastating impact of wildfires during this critical phase. The suppression phase involves a complex dance between firefighting techniques, weather conditions, and the fire's behavior. Firefighters employ a combination of ground and aerial tactics to contain the fire's spread, protect communities, and prevent further destruction. One common strategy is to establish fire breaks, cleared areas where vegetation is removed or reduced to create a barrier that the fire cannot cross. These fire breaks help control the fire's spread and prevent it from advancing towards populated areas. Additionally, backburning techniques are used to intentionally burn vegetation in the fire's path, depriving it of fuel and reducing its intensity. Aerial firefighting resources, including helicopters and water-dropping planes, play a crucial role during the suppression phase. These aircraft drop water, fire retardants, and foam onto the fire, helping to slow its advance and provide ground crews with a safer working environment. However, effective deployment of these resources requires careful coordination to maximize their impact. The suppression phase demands collaboration between various firefighting agencies, including local, state, and federal teams. Communication becomes essential to ensure seamless coordination of resources and strategies. The use of technology, such as predictive modeling and real-time data analysis, enhances the effectiveness of suppression efforts by providing insights into the fire's behavior and potential paths. Recent wildfires have illuminated the challenges and successes of the suppression phase. The Thomas Fire in California witnessed the combined efforts of hundreds of firefighters from different agencies who worked tirelessly to contain the fire's spread and protect homes. Similarly, the Saddle Ridge Fire showcased the importance of rapid response and collaborative firefighting efforts in densely populated urban areas. The Australian wildfires highlighted the global nature of firefighting collaboration, with firefighting teams from various countries joining forces to combat the unprecedented fires. This demonstrated the shared responsibility of safeguarding the environment and communities from the devastating impact of wildfires. During the decay phase, the fire's activity diminishes, and the intensity of flames and heat subsides. The remaining hotspots smolder and emit smoke as the fire consumes the last available fuel. This phase can extend over several days or even weeks, depending on factors such as the size and intensity of the fire, weather conditions, and the type of vegetation present. As the fire dies down, the landscape takes on a surreal appearance. Charred trees and ash-covered ground serve as a stark reminder of the fire's passage. However, amidst the devastation lies the potential for renewal. The nutrient-rich ash left behind by the fire can enrich the soil, creating fertile ground for the growth of new vegetation. Interestingly, certain plant species have evolved to thrive in post-fire environments. These fire-adapted plants have seeds that require the heat of the fire to crack open and germinate. These plants quickly colonize the newly cleared areas, playing a crucial role in kickstarting the ecosystem's recovery process. The decay phase also offers a unique opportunity for ecological research and study. Scientists can closely examine the impacts of fire on various aspects of an ecosystem, from soil composition to wildlife behavior. By studying the interaction between fire and the environment, researchers can gain valuable insights into the long-term effects of wildfires and contribute to more effective fire management strategies. Recent wildfires have exemplified the transformation that occurs during the decay phase. The aftermath of the Camp Fire in California presented a haunting landscape of charred trees and scorched earth. However, signs of renewal were evident as fire-adapted plant species began to emerge from the ashes, symbolizing nature's remarkable resilience. The Australian bushfires, while devastating, also demonstrated the regenerative power of ecosystems during the decay phase. Amidst the charred remains of forests and grasslands, new growth emerged as plants that rely on fire for germination began to sprout. This natural rejuvenation showcased the delicate balance between destruction and renewal in the aftermath of a wildfire. During the recovery phase, ecosystems gradually begin to restore themselves. Pioneer plant species, specially adapted to thrive in post-fire environments, take center stage. These plants play a crucial role in preparing the soil for more complex vegetation to return. Their rapid growth helps stabilize the soil, preventing erosion and creating favorable conditions for other plant species to establish themselves. The recovery process varies depending on factors such as the severity of the fire, the type of vegetation present, and the ecosystem's resilience. In areas with lighter fire impact, recovery can occur relatively quickly. In more severely burned areas, recovery may take years or even decades, especially for forests with longer life cycles. Wildlife populations also embark on their journey of recovery. Certain species that rely on open spaces and new growth benefit from the increased availability of food and habitat. However, the pace of recovery for wildlife can be influenced by factors such as the availability of suitable habitat and the ability to migrate to areas that were less affected by the fire. Human communities affected by wildfires also enter the recovery phase. The rebuilding process is characterized by resilience and a sense of unity. Individuals come together to support one another, rebuild homes, and restore infrastructure. The recovery phase serves as a reminder of the human capacity to overcome adversity and find hope even in the face of devastation. Recent wildfires have showcased the remarkable recovery potential of ecosystems and communities. After the devastating wildfires in Australia, signs of renewal emerged as charred landscapes gave way to new growth. The resilience of local ecosystems and communities became a symbol of strength and determination. Similarly, the recovery efforts following the California wildfires demonstrated the power of communities coming together to rebuild. Organizations, volunteers, and government agencies collaborated to provide support, resources, and a sense of hope for those affected by the fires. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep growing and improve making better, longer videos. Thank you for your support. Make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss the next upload.